Let's talk Nigeria versus Algeria, as Nigeria secured their spot in the semi-final to defeat Algeria, the football tiger. You're gonna want to stay tuned, like and subscribe. Let's get straight into this one. So off the rip, this was one of the most pretty much one-sided game in this entire tournament. This was absolutely crazy. It was not expected for Nigeria to thrash Algeria the way they did. Now, needless to say, to Algeria's defense, they came in really kind of mild, but they did obtain a penalty. It was a clear penalty. I don't know why it wasn't given, but that doesn't excuse the fact that Algeria, being one of the best performing sides in this tournament, managed to amass 0 shots on target. This was absolutely embarrassing. Dope performance. Y'all seen my first video. I spoke about Algeria and how Riyad Mahrez was just leading them on, and they were doing absolutely phenomenal. Now, Mahrez did not do well in this tournament. He scored some decent goals. He didn't carry his team like how he carried his team like 7-8 years ago, when he was about 25, 26, 27 years old, where he had the flair still, he had the speed and the youth advantage. Now he's 32, 33, 34, going on 35. It's time to hang up on the national team stuff, especially for Riyad Mahrez, because you can see that the level of competition is just absolutely crazy. His experience is there, but then the coach had to take him out a few times just to allow the younger players to shine. And usually once he comes off, the younger players perform better. That's what happened. So that's why you can't really blame Riyad Mahrez's performance. I think it's just, yeah, when your time's up, your time's up. But 2 shots only, but both of them were not even on target. Algeria really were dominated by Nigeria, versus like 12 shots for Nigeria, 5 on target. 2 of them they managed to convert. Shout out to Victor Osimhen and Akor Adams at the 57th minute, with Osimhen as an assist. All of the Nigerians that was blaming Osimhen for arguing with Lookman just a few days ago, yeah, you guys can see now what your superstar can do. This is crazy. I think Osimhen just has a lot of passion. Let's say that. So 59%, almost 60% possession versus the 41% Algeria. Again, Nigeria just dominated the whole game. They committed less fouls compared to the 24 fouls Algeria has conceded. That's why they managed to pack up 5 yellow cards, and Nigeria only had 3. Now, the offsides even were minimal. It was pretty much hand to hand, right? Corner kicks, Nigeria had more, Algeria had a few. This just goes to show you that this entire game was like a demonstration of power and tactic from Eric Chelle versus the Algerian coach, who I'm not sure if he has experience coaching AFCON games like that. Eric Chelle, you can tell he's kind of used to doing these kind of games, but the tactics, the lineups, if you look at the way he set up his thing, I mean, Eric Chelle, this is just a hidden 4-4-2 diamond, you know. For him to put Lookman right up here, Osimhen as number 9, and Adams, Ndidi right behind. Shout out to Wilfred Ndidi. I think because he was booked and he got off, he might miss the semis versus Morocco, this is gonna be costly for Nigeria, but I don't know who they got on the bench, but hopefully that guy can take on for Nigeria. But the superstar for this game, I think, is Alex Iwobi. Absolutely amazing. He reminds me like of a young JJ Okocha with flair and everything. Today he was just distributing the passes. He was controlling the whole field. I mean, long range, short range passes. Alex Iwobi was absolutely phenomenal to watch today. And another boy who did solid was another Fulham player, that's Calvin Bassey, which was like prime Alexandre Nesta. He showed up, he did his thing, and he controlled that backline absolutely phenomenal this game too. The keeper did well also for Nigeria. Yeah, this just goes to show you that Nigeria, after being the finalist of the last AFCON, they got unlucky versus Ivory Coast, but that AFCON was supposed to go to Nairobi towards the Nigerians. But this time around, they might be able to turn it around with the way they're playing. I think for them to, if they approach Morocco like this, it would be difficult for Morocco to beat Nigeria. I think Nigeria might pull the miracle and head on to the finals. The other semi-finals is like Senegal and Egypt. Both of those teams Nigeria can easily pocket. Now the biggest task, I think, would be this game against Morocco. They have the host advantage, and will Nigeria go through and just look past all of that and try to achieve their goal of reaching the final? Because I think this generation really deserves the AFCON. The two teams that amongst the 4 semi-finalists that truly, if you say who deserves it, one goes to Nigeria, the other one goes to Egypt. Now the third one you might say Morocco, you know, because they haven't won it in so long, if ever. And Senegal already won it by a few years ago, 3 years ago in 2022, but that was their first. They're trying to get their second. But again, this Nigerian generation, they could pull it off, and also they just have to beat Morocco. If they make it through the final, I think they might pull it off. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like up the video, share it, subscribe. It's your boy Football Tiger, and I'm out.